Welcome to Praise Up. I am Miss Christy, the Artistic Director here at Elite Performance Infusion Center. We go by EPIC for short if you are new and joining us. I want to take a few minutes and talk about what this tier is going to all entail and a little bit of background so you know where I'm coming from. I have about 20 years of choreographing liturgical pieces specifically. Along this journey that I've had, there have been some really amazing people that have supported me and encouraged me throughout that time. I'd like to take a moment to thank my home congregation as well as all of the pastors that I have had in my life and the wonderful directors. These people have been a wonderful inspiration to me throughout the years. They have pushed me to take classes from other liturgical dancers and really seek out more knowledge of the entire realm that is liturgical or praise dance, whichever you may call it. So to all of you, thank you. It has been a blessing and an honor and so many other words that I could come up with to have the experiences I have had. I've been able to dance with people across many different faiths, denominations, backgrounds, cultural impacts, and to me that is super awesome. One of the things that I love about dance is how diverse and inclusive it is. And you'll find that that is reflected often in my choreography. I will pull from many different backgrounds. I study and appreciate all that different cultures and different backgrounds have given and where we have basically grown and what we've turned into today. So you'll find that throughout my liturgical dances as well. Now, there are some times that you'll find that I do very, I'd say, stereotypical classical liturgical dancing. Other times you'll see me branch out and encourage more movement and various degrees of what we'll explore. Now, there are a lot of different takes on liturgical or praise dance. I will use those terms interchangeably. You'll find that everybody's different. There are differences even within a congregation. There are differences amongst beliefs, and that's okay. There is no one size fits all. Sometimes it may not be your cup of tea. The entire reason I am doing this, though, is to share. And I want everybody else to feel that you are welcome to share. The choreography that I will provide is not meant for you to go out and just reuse elsewhere. This is still my work. But it's something that I want you to be able to practice and use as like a devotional time as your own. Or if you aren't adhering to my beliefs and what have you, which is again totally understandable and expected, then I want you at least to see it or experience a little bit of it. Now, I have kind of explained in the description of this tier that I am of the ELCA Lutheran Church faith. Now, even within that, as I've mentioned, there are differences. There are even differences, as I've mentioned, among congregations. And those opinions vary. So I am not here to represent the ELCA church. I will be utilizing the calendar to basically just go along with the church here and have some kind of a basis. You'll also find that the readings that we use are from the King James Version of the Bible. And the reason I'm actually doing that, for starters here, is it has a different kind of, I'd say, beat and rhythm to it. And that is something that I want to incorporate into our pieces. I want to be able to use this tier to also elaborate a bit on the devotional aspect of things. And this gets presented in various ways because, again, there are many different backgrounds and beliefs and some cultural impacts and nuances that happen throughout here. What will happen is I will present my choreography and what I have done, so that way you can explore that. And it's not meant for you to go out and replicate and perform elsewhere. It is a self-exploration process. I will also give things to think about throughout the week. So a little bit of self-exploration for what you believe in. We'll talk about different colors and different symbols and things of that nature. I will try to touch on other holidays that fall throughout the weeks. However, I also know that there may be some that I may miss, unfortunately. So if I do, I apologize in advance, and I want you to feel welcome to celebrate that in this tier. You'll also find that dance is very interesting in regards to the praise communities. There are some churches or beliefs that dance is not appropriate, and I totally understand and respect that as well. This is not meant to change your opinion. This is not meant to preach. This is not meant to have a negative impact on your beliefs. This is meant to simply share. And I hope that everyone is able to enjoy that and basically just find the common ground in dance. I want you to be able to explore on your own as we go throughout these weeks, and maybe take the time to do your own type of praise and liturgical dancing that you can connect with. I'm asked often how it can be presented in a positive way, so it's not vain and not creating false idols, and aspects of that can be really taken in a negative light, I would say. One of the things that I have been taught about liturgical dance that I try to instill in everything is we are representing feelings, we represent emotions, we represent storylines that occur. Us as dancers in the liturgical realm are not here to represent or create a sense of false idolship. We are here to emulate feelings. We are here to present what may be happening in a context, but by no means are we taking on the role of a being that we should not be representing. I give credit to my or our late pastor from the church that I grew up in for asking me a very in-depth question that for once I did not have a response to. He had asked how I choreograph and come up with the dances that I do. And I couldn't answer him. I sat there, blank face, not able to give a response. And this frustrated me. And I told him I would have to think about it honestly, and I did not like that as an answer. I went home and I spent a long time thinking about why and how I come up with the things I do. And then I realized that it's natural for me. Not everybody finds that it's natural. Some people have to think and process and take different routes to get to the end point. But I sat there and I realized that when I choreograph, especially for my liturgical pieces, that is a means of my communication. That is my devotion time. It just comes out differently. I went back to our pastor later on and I explained that I realized that it's my devotion time. It is my time to reflect on the passages. It is my time to bring the music to life. It is my time to communicate in my case, I believe in God, and so I am basically utilizing my dance time as my prayer time. It is a time of celebration. It is a time of sadness sometimes. It is a time of reflection. It is so many different things. And it comes out throughout the church year and life events and all of that. I hope that this kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what this tier is about. Again, we want everybody to be able to find some way to connect, and I totally understand that this is not for everybody. I totally understand if you have views that are different, and dance in general may not be a thing that speaks to you, and I understand that as well. Again, the entire premise of this tier is just having respect for others and bringing everyone together through the one common aspect, and that is dance. Thank you for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you.